This video is to help you understand how to decompose a figure and then be able to solve for the area of that figure by decomposing it. So the first one, we're going to start in the top um, left corner. And the first thing that you would need to do is to decompose it into its two shapes. So you see you have a triangle here and a rectangle down here. So remember, I'm going to write these off to the side. Oh, why is my writing so terrible here? Okay, I'm just quickly writing all the formulas down. If you haven't already copied these down somewhere, you should, so they're easily accessible to you. Okay, so there's all your formulas. First, you have the area of a rectangle or parallelogram, area of a triangle, area of a trapezoid. Okay, so you can see I broke this down into two parts. I know that the total height of this figure is 10 meters. And since I know that this height is 4, then I know that the difference here would be 6. So my base in this case would be 12. My height is 6. My base is 12. My height is 4. I would then just solve those and add them together. I'm not going to do those for you. We're just talking about what you need to do. I'm not solving them for you. Okay, in this case, right there, I can clearly see two shapes that I can solve for. So I've got a rectangle up here, a trapezoid down here. I know that this length is 5, right, this top half. So I know that this bottom half is going to be 4. So now I know that my height of this trapezoid is 4. I know that this base 1 is going to be 2. So there I go. I can solve the area of this one would be 10. And then I could solve for the area of this, and I could then add those together, and I'd come up with the total area of this composite figure. Okay, this is just a trapezoid. If you wanted to, if you don't like the trapezoid formula, you could divide that into a rectangle and a triangle, right? So I've got a height of 15 in my triangle, and since I know that this much is 9, then I know that this part is going to be 6. So solve for the area of a triangle. You could have done that same thing over here, right? Could have broken that into a triangle here, and you would have had a base of 2 and a height of 4. Okay, so we can, you know, based on what you're comfortable with solving, if you don't like this trapezoid formula, then break that into smaller formulas that you do like. If you like doing triangles, okay. So this one, we've got a rectangle, and then here we've got a parallelogram. So all we need is the height from here to here, right? If this is 8, that means that this height is 6. And if this distance is 6, opposite sides are equal, which means this has to be 6. So then you'd have, your area here and your area here. Add those together once you found both of those areas, and there is your total area. This one here is exactly like the other video, right? Triangle here and here. So here's your height. Here's your height. Looks like it might be easier to go to these triangles here. So this would be your height here, and this would be your base here, right? And so then we're looking for two identical triangles, right? They're reflective of each other. So if you find the area of this one, this large triangle here, with a base of 14 and a height of 3, then you just multiply it by 2 and that would give you the whole area. Okay, this one you could actually solve this a couple of ways. I'm going to draw this line here and this here. Okay, so you could solve for, you have two of these and solve for this and then add them all together. Or you could solve for the area of the whole thing and then find the area of this cutout spot and subtract it. And that would give you the area of this U-shaped shape here. Okay, so don't think there's only one way to solve these. But you do need to understand how these formulas work. And you do need to have the basic understanding of this is why we did the algebra before. We can't use a formula if we don't understand how to isolate that variable, right? So having the understanding of how to solve an algebraic equation was essential to us using formulas. So if you don't know how to, if you're still struggling with that, you need to get yourself more practice. You can get on Khan Academy. You can do several of those on your own. You don't need to have it assigned to you. Empower yourself, right? Become your own advocate. I need more practice with this. Okay? Don't sell yourself short. You are capable of doing so much. Okay, so same thing here. Can divide this. I've got a rectangle and then my triangle. My base would be these two added together for my large triangle here. And then there's my height. So it's just a matter of, see, here we go, triangle. If I don't want to deal with the trapezoid, triangle. So I've got two triangles to solve, a rectangle, add them together, and there's my area. Okay, so on this one, you'd have a height of 7, a base of 15, right? On this one, you'd have a base of 9 and a height of 8. And then your rectangle here, a 15 by 8. Okay, let's just solve one of these, right? Area is for a rectangle right here, base and height. So let's say a base of 18, a height of 20. 18 and 20. Okay. And it's meters squared. Did I do that right? Okay. So my this part is 360 meters squared, and then I have 18 for this part plus 8 more. So that gives me a 26 right here, right? For the base of this whole thing right here, because it's this whole thing right here. And then I have a height of 16 right here is 16. So if I multiply those two together, okay, sorry, I'm just quickly doing that work on my calculator. So using my formula for a triangle right here, so area is equal to 1/2 of my base of 26 and my height of 16. Area is equal to 1/2 of, and I multiplied those two and I got 416. And half of that, let me then divide that in half. Oops. 416 divided by 2. And that gives me, well, if I could have been thinking, I would have done that in my head. Duh. All right. So we have A is equal to 208 meters squared. And then I would just add these two together, right? 360 plus 208. I would get a total area of, so of what, 568. Okay, so please accept the challenge. Please do the work and you will be successful.